In a quiet countryside village, nestled among endless green fields and tall, shady trees, life moved at a gentle pace. Dusty paths wound between small cottages, and as the golden afternoon sun bathed the fields in a warm glow, farmers would make their way home. The air was filled with the chirping of birds, and the sweet scent of fresh bread drifting from the village bakery. At the very edge of this peaceful village stood a magnificent old banyan tree. Its branches spread wide like a giant umbrella, and its long, hanging roots touched the ground, creating a perfect playground for the local animals. Squirrels would chase each other up and down its trunk, parrots would chatter noisily in its leaves, and monkeys would swing playfully from its limbs. Near this great banyan tree lived 2 cats, Mina and Ronnie. Mina was clever, quick, and brimming with confidence. She truly believed she was the smartest animal in the entire village. Ronnie, just as sharp, had a stubborn streak that was known to all. Both were excellent hunters and were quite used to getting their own way. Because of this, they often found themselves in disagreements over the smallest things: a tasty morsel, a sunny spot, or who had spotted a scurrying mouse first. One bright afternoon, Mina was wandering through the village, her stomach rumbling, in search of a meal. As she passed the bustling marketplace, her eyes caught sight of something wonderful lying near a farmer's cart. It was a fresh loaf of bread, still warm from the baker's oven. It had just fallen from a basket, and its golden brown crust gleamed in the sun. Warm steam was still rising from it, carrying a delicious, irresistible aroma. Mina's eyes widened with delight. "Ah, what a lucky day," she purred, pouncing on the bread and grabbing it with her paws. But just as she was about to carry her prize away, a sharp voice cut through the air. "Stop right there." It was Ronnie. She ran towards Mina, her eyes fixed on the loaf. "I saw that bread first," she declared angrily. "It belongs to me," Mina scoffed, holding the bread tighter. "That's not true," she retorted. "I found it first. It is clearly mine." And so began a loud argument right in the middle of the path. Their voices grew louder and louder, attracting the attention of anyone nearby. Each cat pulled on the bread from opposite ends, trying to claim it all for herself. "Let go," Mina shouted. "You let go." Ronnie snapped back. Their tug-of-war became more and more intense until the loaf broke into 2 uneven pieces. For a moment, there was silence, but it didn't last long. The argument started right back up. "This piece is bigger," Mina complained, pointing a paw at Ronnie's portion. "No, it isn't," Ronnie shot back. "Yours is bigger." They continued to bicker, comparing the 2 pieces over and over again, completely absorbed in their squabble. High above them, sitting quietly on a branch of the old banyan tree, a monkey named Kalu had been watching the entire scene unfold. Kalu was known throughout the forest for 2 things: his very clever mind and his love for an easy meal. As he watched the arguing cats below, a sly smile slowly spread across his face. "Well, well," he whispered to himself. "This looks like an opportunity." He climbed down from the tree with a slow, deliberate pace and approached the cats with a thoughtful, serious expression. "My dear friends," he said in a calm, polite voice, "why are you arguing so loudly on this beautiful afternoon?" The cats, surprised by his sudden appearance, quickly explained the situation, showing him the 2 pieces of bread. "We can't decide which piece is bigger," Mina said, her voice filled with frustration. "So we need someone fair to divide it equally," Ronnie added, nodding in agreement. The monkey stroked his chin, pretending to think deeply. "Ah, I see," he said slowly. "You are very lucky to have found me. I am excellent at solving precisely these kinds of problems." The cats' faces lit up with hope. "Can you really divide the bread equally?" they asked in unison. "Of course," the monkey replied confidently. "I will make sure everything is perfectly fair." Kalu disappeared for a moment and returned carrying an old balance scale, made from 2 small bowls hanging from a wooden stick. He placed 1 piece of bread on one side and the other piece on the other. Immediately, one side sank lower. "Oh dear," the monkey said, shaking his head. "This side is heavier." He then took a small bite from the larger piece. Now, they should be equal. But after he took the bite, the scale tipped the other way. The other side was now heavier. "Oh my! Now this piece is heavier," the monkey exclaimed with exaggerated surprise. So, he took another bite, this time from the other piece. The cats watched him closely, their eyes darting back and forth. The monkey continued this process. Back and forth, back and forth. Every time one side became heavier, he would take another bite to balance the scale. Bite after bite. Nibble after nibble. The pieces of bread grew smaller and smaller, until only tiny crumbs remained. The cats started to look worried. "Wait," Mina cried out nervously. "There's almost nothing left." "Yes," Ronnie added, her voice filled with panic. "Please stop." But the monkey just shook his head. "Oh no, no," he said, his eyes twinkling. "I must finish the job properly. A fair division is a fair division." With one final "Visisiba bite," he ate the last tiny crumbs of bread. Then he wiped his mouth happily. "There," he announced with a wide grin. "Now the bread is perfectly equal." Before the two shocked and speechless cats could even react, the monkey quickly grabbed his empty scale and leaped back up into the safety of the banyan tree, disappearing among the leaves. Mina and Ronnie were left staring at each other in stunned silence. The bread was gone. Completely gone. Their pointless argument had allowed the clever monkey to trick them and eat everything. Slowly, the cats lowered their heads in shame. They realized that if they had just shared the bread peacefully in the beginning, they both could have enjoyed a satisfying meal. Instead, their greed and stubbornness had cost them everything. Hungry and deeply embarrassed, the two cats quietly walked away, having learned a hard lesson they would never forget. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales like this one. See you in the next video.